because apparently I didn't eat enough fruit today.
Because you need more?
I need more fruit, I need more cherries. So Allie pulled the truck underneath this cherry tree off the side of the road. Because that's what you do when you're in Idaho.
These branches are cherry ripe.
Good morning from the PNT. This is my first video on the new 500 gigabyte card because I filled the other one. And this is my first day ascending the Selkirk's mountains out of Bonners Ferry. And yeah, my pack is heavy. Got about 6 days worth of food. Next up will be Medellin Fall, Washington in 6 days from now. But yesterday I worked in Carrie's garden and orchard all day, pulling weeds and, you know, doing stuff that she can't really physically do. And I ate 12 apricots, a bag of strawberries, a bag of raspberries, and 2 bananas, 1 apple, and I made myself sick. So I spent the night at Allie's last night, my other fun trail angel. We talked till 1 in the morning, and man, I had the poops. So this is the situation. Feeling pretty dehydrated and weak this morning, and I'm climbing 6,000 miles, 6,000 feet, over 10 miles in the sun. What have I done? PNT. 1 week you're fending off hypothermia, the next you're hiding in the shade to avoid heat exhaustion. I guess it's called balance. Crack myself up. Look at this perfect campsite. This is Lake Parker. Lake Parker at sunset. I have the place to myself because it's 0.5 miles off trail, which no through hiker is going to do that unless they absolutely have to. Today was a hard day. Today was a tough day. I mean, aside from the fact that it was 6,000 feet and less than 10 miles because most of the trail was on the ridge, it's like, man, I did a number on myself this weekend. Yeah. I know it's not Giardia because Giardia, you burp rotten eggs. Whereas this, I'm burping fermented fruit. So I think what happened is I was fed some delicious pulled pork, and then I ate way massive crazy amount of fruit, and then I ate pork chops. So it's like the fruit is squished between meat layers and it's fermenting because it has its own enzyme. It's probably TMI. So I want to drink. Oh, and there's no water since I left the road on the other side, so that's why I came down to the lake, even though it's a mile round trip, pretty steep. Get some electrolytes because that's what bobcats crave, and sleep it off and walk it off, and then we'll see. Oh, and also I saw 2 bears today, 2 black bears. One for sure, I saw his little black ears and his little black butt running away. And the other one was just a big bunch of noise. I'm pretty sure it was a bear. But yeah, yay, yay, bears. Yay, electrolytes. Yay, water. It looks like somebody else thinks this is a perfect spot. You see the scratch mark? With Bobcat's hands for size. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna put my food far away. Like the most epic storm. There's lightning about less than every second. It's hailing on my tent, like shaking the hell out of it. It's like caving it in. Holy moly. It's actually making the tent leak. Good morning. It's the morning after the big storm. Made it through the night. But now I have a bit of a dilemma because, see, this is where I am, Parker Lake. And today is all Ridge Walk, which is supposed to be one of the most scenic section of the trail. But yeah, there's still some big menacing clouds out there. And I am not doing all that hot. Actually pooped myself this morning. At the ripe age of 48, I pooped myself. Don't worry, everything's taken care of. I will not share too much detail, except if you ever camp at Parker Lake, you might want to filter your water. That's all I'll say. Yes, so do I take a tent zero? Yeah, get some rest, and or do I go up the ridge, try to make it to Ball Lake, which is 7 miles away, potentially on an exposed ridge in a storm. The problem with staying here, of course, is it puts me at a shortage of food supplies for the whole stretch, and yeah, I'm a little cold. That's why the camera's shaking. I wonder if the stabilization will take care of it. Trail fun! Trail fun! Okay. I will decide something. I'll be back. Bye. Okay. I looked at the miles and decided I'm gonna go, even though I might be on an exposed ridge in a storm, because that bushwhack is gonna take me a while. Yeah, it's too far to Medellin Falls. It's too far. It's like 87 miles, and with a couple of bushwhacks of the sort. So I'm gonna go. Wish me luck. Oh, I am so glad I decided to go. Look at this perfection. I'm on Parker Ridge, and yes, it is known to be one of the most spectacular ridge because of the views. But you know what? This is perfect. I wouldn't have it any other way at all. This is dragon weather. And if you've ever been to Wales, you will know exactly what I mean. This is the kind of weather for ancient prophecies to come to pass and dragons to fly overhead and important meetings amongst the elves. That's that kind of weather. And now we have just a bit of sun. It's a little chilly, but you know what? I cannot believe my good luck or spirit protection or guardian angel hard work, whichever belief system you subscribe to. I have kind of mishmash myself. But seriously, it's like yesterday was so hot that I had to hide in the shade about every hour. I completely ran out of water. And yeah, I was pretty bummed when I started walking the ridge because I could passing these perfect little camp spots with views, and the light was golden from the sunset, and oh, I so wished I could sleep on the ridge, but I was out of water, so I had to go to the lake. I didn't have a choice. At first I was a little bummed, but then when I got to the lake I was like, no, this is good. Well, it turns out in the middle of the night there was the storm of the century for me. I mean, I've never experienced anything quite like it. It was like flash, 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 boom, boom, boom. That frequency, the thunder was so consistent that I could feel the Schumann's frequency in my bones. You know, Schumann frequency, it's 432 megahertz, and so what happens is the boom from the thunder bounces off the earth, and then bounces off the sky, and then bounces off the earth, and it creates this resonance, and I could feel it like I was buzzing. Zzz, and the lightning was just, well, for one, it was spectacular, but for two, I was so grateful to not be on that ridge. I mean, I would have had to pack in the middle of the night and head down, I don't know where, but the safest place for me was definitely where I was. And when the hail kicked in and the tent was caving in, I was still okay. You know, everything is dry. I'm safe, I'm dry. Life is good, and I've already related the incidents of this morning. I was so grateful to be by a lake. I was able to jump in, wash off everything. So yeah, the water wasn't even that cold, so I can officially say I have jumped in one lake on the PNT. And now this glorious, glorious hike in the land of dragons. Woo! Glorious! Come on, dragons. Oh, I hope it's a green one.